Welcome to Verbal Pig Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are just everyday people. That's what it's all about. The common man, a common goal, universal laws, universal principles, which all together will give you an insight into the Creator. As a matter of fact, you yourself, you're made up of the exact same elements that this planet and the universe, galaxies, that dark matter, all of that is within yourself. The link or the glue that binds us is knowledge. That's why it said in the Bible, study to show thyself approved, or my people suffer from a lack of knowledge. And that's also why in the Bible Jesus said, all of ye are gods, children of the Most High God. That's also why Jesus said, greater things you can do than I have done if only you believe. Not if only the person next to you believe, or not if only your mama believes, or your dad and your brother and your family member believe. Don't have nothing to do with that. It's all about you. Like Tupac said in the song, it's all about you. One time, but it's all about you. That's it. And your connection to this universe or to these planets, your connection to your fellow man, your connection to nature, your connection to yourself. Hell, it's all about you. Why is it all about you, the individual? Because you, the individual, send thoughts out into this universe, and you help shape the reality and the social fabric of society. Example? I give you two examples. We have to do this because since we living in a world of dualities, we got to give the good side and we got to give the bad side. Me, I like starting with the bad side first because you can enjoy the good and relax and ride the wave. Then versus the good first and enjoy it, and then the bad coming. I don't like suffering in remembrance. You know how you remember the good times, but you stuck in the bad times, and all you have to keep you comfort or a sense of good is a remembrance of good. You know, I'm not into that. So we're gonna start with the bad. Say for instance, you were on a negative plane. Not you, but say if it's a person. I don't want to put anything on anybody. But say a person. Not only has to be a particular person, because we hypothetically speaking. Let's say a person who has negative vibes, negative views, who's always trying to get over, whose word is never bond, who will borrow $10 and never pay back, or a person who will argue, swear up and down you never even gave him $10 in the first place. talking about that type of individual. That type of individual has children. Spreads that mindset within the children. Now say you had 10 families on one block. That family is one of the families that it was 9 originally, but that one moved in, made it 10. Now you have a new element, a new thought within the community that wasn't the thought, but that those actions and those attributes of the negative connotations and the negative acts is starting to play itself out in reality within that community. Now if it affected one family, because that family is fighting with that family, because that family came into the community, borrowed $100, and ran that same hustle. So that family's upset. Now they fight. Now that the balance is upset, that energy goes through the whole community. Now everybody's talking about it. They lost focus on what was important or what was real because they're dealing with a negative situation. It becomes a cancer within the community, and now you face with: do we move this cancer out? Do we teach them how to assimilate into what we had where everything was peace and show them our way? Or do you give them a time and say, you got to get this thing right because we got to put it back to what we can deal with, and now it's peace. We have to live in peace. We're not used to living in a system of disturbance. I like resting at night. I don't like having to worry behind in the back of my head about the fact that I gave someone $100 and they refused to pay it back, and I got to go to bed on that because it got to be some type of reciprocity, and it has to be some type of justice to make everything good again. And I'm willing to seek justice. I can say to that person who I loaned the $100 to, well, come to my home and work off this $100. I need some work done in the backyard. That person who borrowed the $100 will say, yeah, okay, when I get time, that's fine, I'll be over there, but never shows up. Now it's creating a hostile environment. And this is all an example showing you how negative mindsets can become positives to a community that's trying to strive for excellence. Let's put it like that. Now, the scenarios, because it's different routes to go. The proper thing, indeed, which is the proper thing to do, is to educate that person on how to conduct themselves. Educate that person on what peace and how they would actually themselves enjoy a peaceful environment without the negativity. Show that person ways to better themselves, because you can't have the information on how to better oneself, and you work that information and it works for you, but you don't want to share it, because by you not sharing the information on how to achieve, then you hindering someone, and you help to create a negative situation. Because in the beginning was the Word. And the Word is a tool to teach. So the Creator been teaching since the beginning of man. So who are we to have information, to have knowledge, and say we're not going to share it with the rest of the world? You know, who are we to make that decision when it's evident that so much of the world needs knowledge? So what we're doing is giving you different scenarios, but it's also a teaching mechanism, teaching through teaching through examples, metaphors, scenarios, examples, things of that nature, to get the message over, to get the message across, showing that. And the reason why, not the reason why, but one of the things that inspired me for this particular talk episode is when Trump, when the presidential nominee Donald Trump in Flint, Michigan, brought cases of water to the citizens of Flint, Michigan, to talk about his policies on what he would do for Flint. Right? What happened was the pastor, she approached him because he had made some remarks about Hillary Clinton. She came on stage and she told him, we're not having politics. We're not discussing politics. Just stick with the issues on Flint and how you're gonna help Flint. But it's always saying, the person that comes bearing gifts. If a person comes and bears gifts, it's said to not be weary, but watch it closely. So a Trojan horse is not slipped in. And then whatever jumps off the Trojan horse, it's too late because it got into your safe place. But one thing you have to understand in business and in dealing with business, or a capital society, or let's say politics. We don't want to even say business. Let's say you're dealing in business. If a businessman brings you caseloads of free of that essential need of water, and follow what I'm saying. If they bring you free caseloads of water, then what they're saying is you have a problem. I'm willing to help the problem. I show bearing gifts. I should be allowed to talk about something that would benefit me, because I'm bringing you something and I'm addressing something that in return will benefit you. Now, as a pastor, she might not understand that law of if you don't put nothing in, you can't get nothing out. Or if you put something in, you should be able to get something out. But the problem is, when you let emotions and feelings rule you, you will put your foot in your mouth and you will get your benefit that was beneficial to you, you will get it snatched away because you don't understand reciprocity. So you will go on at an event that's being publicized all over the world, go up on stage, interrupt the gift bearer and tell him, we want your gifts, but what you asking for in return for the gifts, you can't do. You can't do. But and what they're saying to the world is, give me mine and go on about your business. And it don't work that way. It don't work that way on both ends. The problem Trump had was, before he even came, he should have laid out that, look, this is what I would like to do. Because I feel as if I become president, I can solve the problem in Flint, but I'm going to need to be me bringing these gifts. That way, when a pastor walks on stage, if you didn't do that, then he shouldn't feel slighted by her interrupting him because you didn't lay terms down and you didn't lay the base of what it was all about. You coming trying to sneak an agenda in, and that's my point. There should be, at this day and time, there should be no need for sneaking or trying to get something over without someone noticing it because of the climate we're living in. You can turn on the television and see murdering, killing, thieving, rape, sexual misconduct, all kind of stuff going on in society today. So, and children from 10 on up is aware of at least 90% of it. So you don't have to sneak in the agenda. People are dealing straight up, creating terms, straight up. You know, you can go in there and they can say yay or nay. You can go in a situation and you can say, look, I'm bringing this, I'm going to help this, but this is what I want in return. And then they have the opportunity to say yay or nay. Simple as that. There's no hidden agenda. People want the truth today. Like Sister Ava said, you got Farrakhan children out here today. Millions upon millions. And they want the truth. They don't want the shuck and jive and the shuffle and, you know, I'm gonna present this image, but I'm really gonna give you this image, you know. That's dead. Nobody's into that anymore. And the reason why people want the truth today is the fact that, hell, they can handle the truth. If you can handle all this negativity, you can handle all these crimes, you can handle all this murder, you can live in a neighborhood and see drugs being sold on your block, you can see crimes being committed. If you comfortable to ride in places where security is not there, people are not taking care of things, and if you can internalize that, then you can handle the truth without getting your feelings all tied up and getting emotional about the truth you can handle what it is. And you can and the good thing about the minister is he's not giving you his opinion. It's based on mathematics and science, so it can be proven. So you don't have to say this was made up. You see what I mean? So we in a time of great, not despair, because we not in despair at this point, but we're in a time where social deviance, crime, all of those things are prevalent in society. You see it every day. So that means that the counter, the truth has to be just as extreme or up close and personal or dead in your face, so you can deal with the reality, or so it can so that truth can penetrate through the field. You know, meaning that example, that truth would be the air freshener sprayed on some stank. You dig the analogy? You need that truth to shine bright, because it has to penetrate through all of the what they call the murky ethers, the murky waters. It gotta penetrate so it can strike that third eye, so it can stand you up on the truth, even in the midst of so much filth. And then that truth becomes a ladder where you can climb out of a situation, of a dark, negative situation. You can climb yourself out. That truth becomes hoist you up. And you can move out on the truth, so you always have a fighting chance. So that's what it's about. That's why Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump's approval record, or their trustworthiness, is such, is so that people is so low, or is high in the sense of that people don't trust their word or their character. A high percentage of the population don't trust neither one of them, and that's because that you have to be. People want truth in the world like today. They gotta have it. Without that truth in the world that we living in today, a lot of folks not gonna make it. That truth has to be presented. That truth has to be given to the people. That way it gives them an option. You can come on the side of truth, or you can stay on the side of deceit. It's up to you. You can come on the side of truth, or you can stay on the side of an illusion fueled by a false perception of a fantasy world that the elite would like to create to keep your mind boggled on unnecessary things, while you look like this. You're the guard of the storehouse, right? Okay. So the guard of the storehouse, of your own storehouse, falls asleep, right? So when that guard of the storehouse falls asleep, then the criminal can sneak in and rob you of your valuables. And that's what they're doing with Hollywood. We're going to create a fantasy world, something that never existed on the planet before. But we want you to visualize that it can actually come into existence. So you out there playing with a ball of yarn because there's no mathematics or there's no evidence that this actually came into existence. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep you focused on that while we robbing what's real. Then we don't want you to wake from your sleep because you might wake up and want to reclaim what was yours in the first place. So they need you to constantly focus on what can never be. That's what that is. That's a fact. Those illusions. One illusion that'll never be. But they want you to focus on and even spend money. The living on Mars. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you couldn't live, the way you are designed, you only can breathe this air. You couldn't live on Mars. Unless you're going to take some of this air with you and conceal yourself in a dome. You might can do that. All right, but other than that, nah, it ain't happening. So, basically, what's going on today and in this presidential election, and I'm talking to black people, don't study, gather knowledge. Don't let them trick you in a position to where you don't know if your reaction to what they do is right or wrong because you didn't study the situation. So you would get left holding the bag. They'll pull one over on you again. You'll be caught right in the middle of it and didn't even see it coming. Because you're not doing your due diligence in your studying. You simply relying on what they taught you. But they taught you for their benefit so they can use you as a tool. And then black folks got to come to your aid and why y'all trick so-and-so like that? Hell, this person damn near 50 years old, what the hell you getting tricked nowadays for? With all this knowledge, and you got internet, and you got the same reoccurring events over and over again, goddamn, you can't catch a clue. What the hell is going on? That's what we're saying. Damn, get you some knowledge, study, understand, and stop being used as a damn tool. They setting you up. They setting you up for the alley-oop. They throw you up in the air and they slam dunk you through the hoop. Over and over again. And they running the same damn play. You can't stop the play. That damn, and the play is basic. It's a 1-2. 1-2 step, 1-2 step, 1-2 step. And they whooping you with 1-2 step. Setting you up to slam dunk. And they like, God damn, man. It's like taking candy from a baby hair. So that's what that is. We enjoy what we do. It's Verbal Pick Radio. I'm out.